Okay, so now that we've discussed the uh, overall strategy for how we um, create ads for our clients, like the types of ads we create, now I'm going to talk more to the media buying strategy that you're implementing because I have a very structured process that's very specific in what it does. So basically, we do one thing for our clients, which is get leads. Okay, we also do things around that, like we help our clients follow up on leads. Um, we provide creative direction and we make ads. But the primary goal is that we're getting leads for clients, and so we use lead forms, on platform lead forms for basically all of our clients. Every once in a while, we might have a client that has like a funnel or a website that actually converts really well, and we'll send traffic there and get conversions there for them. But that's really only if it's already proven out and it's something that, you know, we're just creating ads for and we know it's optimized. Now, if they don't have that, which is like most of our clients, we're just doing lead forms because it's really simple. The way we know how to structure lead forms now, we can do it in a way where we really capture great leads for our clients. So basically, when you get creatives, whether it's from our agency or the client, you need to make sure that you're picking graphic design and video, awareness based creative, and conversion based creative. Awareness based ads generally don't talk about the product or the service like we talked about in the last training, and conversion ads are asking for the business. Pretty simple. Um, but they're both speaking to the ideal consumer, right? The ideal person that we're showing the ads to. We need to have formats in vertical format and square format. Okay, so there's these three aspects and six criteria that we're considering when we're testing and running ads for the client. Okay, any of the ads that we get that are from our agency need to be QA certified. They're quality assured. This means if it's a video, it has a quality control checklist that the CSR signed off on with it. If it's graphics design, has a document that's the quality certification document with the graphics that includes the prompts and the mockup. Okay, so all of if it's client, if the client provides us with material, that's fine, and you can assume that we can just use material that the client sends us, but only use client provided material in the context of this stuff. Okay, so like if a client sends a video and it's a conversion based video, like it's just directly selling their product or service, they're like, hey, this is what we do, we're really good at it, we've been around for like 50 years. Well, that's fine, but you also need to run that in conjunction with some other stuff. You have to run that conversion based view with something awareness based, like a graphic or something. Okay. So you're going to take these new ads and you're going to just pump them right into rapid testing right away. So you're going to build engagement campaigns in the way I describe it in my training videos for you. You'll see I describe how to launch these campaigns. You'll launch a campaign like this and you'll launch ad sets within the campaign. So this campaign generally should be running on an ongoing basis. There should be ad sets running in it. And what you're doing is you're testing ad sets with groupings of lots of different types of copywriting and also creative, the way you'll see me set it up. These rapid tests are required before you move the winners from each ad set because you're going to run 3 creatives in each ad set, whether it's vertical video or graphic design. Okay. And you're going to test those 3 creatives against each other. They need to be the same framework. So you should get 3 versions of a conversion video that we send to you. If a client sends you a video, they don't give you a lot of variations of it. You can ask for them to see if they have more. So you can test them against each other. Or you can run it individually if you absolutely have to. But generally speaking, we have more than enough content and more than enough ads for you to test. And you're only using 10% of the total budget. What does that mean? Well, that means if you only have a budget of $50 a day, you should be spending $45, $40 to $45 a day on your conversion campaign, and probably $5 to $10 a day on rapid testing. Okay, so like if you only have $5 a day for rapid testing, 10%, that means you would only test one set of graphics for like 2 days or 3 days. Probably 2 days would be best. 3 days is probably better, so you get $5 a day for 3 days is more data. Only on 3 creatives with a bunch of, make sure you max out the copywriting options for best testing. You'll see my SOP. So anyway, then you're going to take the winners from rapid testing and move them into your conversion campaign. Okay, so this is conversion. From rapid testing, you're going to go into conversion, okay, which is your lead generation campaign. Okay, we do an ad set budget. This should be 80 to 90% of your budget, depending on what you're doing with testing and depending on what you're doing in the campaign here. You can kind of flex that. When you're scaling, and we have a CBO campaign because we're scaling, it's 30%, but I'll get into that. Normally, with a lot of our clients, they're not spending that much a day. They're usually spending less than $150 or $200 a day. They're more in like the $50 to $100 a day range. And so generally, you just have a rapid testing campaign and you have an ad set budget style campaign where you are launching ad sets with the winners from the rapid test. And these ad sets have a winner of the combination that you need, which is the awareness-based or conversion-based graphic, video, vertical, and square, like we covered in the training, right? You're only using the copywriting that did the best click-through rates here, okay? Don't use, so sometimes you have copywriting that did really well with certain ads, and that's fine. You can use that and use the different variations because you can use like 5 primary text variations and 5 headlines. We do not use the AI text option here, okay? Only use validated copy that you have seen good click-through rates on, that are statistically proven out to be the best in your conversion campaign. You're only using the graphics that beat the other variations from your rapid testing campaign here. And you're using dynamic ads or flex ads at the ad level. Some of the newer features called flex. Okay, then if we have a client we're doing really well with and we've been communicating well and the CSR has been talking to them about increasing their ad spend, which we encourage, they're hitting goals, they're selling clients, and we start doing more advertising. Once they get to about $150 or $200 a day, you're going to launch a ad campaign that has the budget at the campaign level, or a CBO, campaign budget optimization. They call it now advanced budget optimization as well. But basically what this is you're just setting the budget at the campaign level and you're moving ad sets that did well into this campaign. So that way you have an inventory of probably like 3 or 4 ad sets in here that perform very well. And over time, you'll turn them off as they don't perform well, and you're moving more of the testing that you're doing over here. So your budget will shift where you have like about 60% of your total budget in your CBO, and about 30% in your creative testing ABO campaign, where you're running these dynamics, and still about 10% in your rapid testing campaign. Okay. So even when you have a client that we're scaling up into this range, it's really not that much extra work actually. You're probably looking at an additional like half an hour a week or something to work on a CBO campaign or a CBO client, because you're just duplicating winning ad sets from your ABO campaign into the CBO. Turn off the old ones. You never want to run duplicate ads together at the same time because you get what's called overlap. And that'll hurt your metrics. It actually hurts performance. So you're going to duplicate the ABO ad set into the CBO, turn off the old ABO, and make sure everything is still running in that DCO properly. Just double check it. You'll see I have the training videos in the SOPs for these. I give you examples of this, of me doing this with accounts. So this is scale, right? So we're going from rapid testing to conversions to scale. All right. Pretty straightforward, pretty streamlined process where we're feeding the graphics and the videos and copywriting to you. You're deploying these tests, deploying these conversion campaigns rapidly. So like these rapid tests should last 2 to 3 days, and you should be launching ABO campaigns off of them with ad sets. So usually we're launching like a new ad set for clients like once a week, give or take. Ideally, you're able to take winning video creative and combine it with different combinations of graphic design. Like sometimes you just have one video winner, but when you use it with different combinations of graphics in your DCOs, you get better results. And then when we come out with new videos for you to test, you get to create new ABO ad sets, dynamic ads, because you're doing different combinations in these DCOs. You can actually have the same creative to a certain extent in a dynamic campaign. You could have like one or two. I prefer that you do not. I prefer that you have nothing but different types of ads testing and running is what I prefer. But as you get started, if you're in a pinch, you don't have a lot of media, you can kind of do that as long as you're using different combinations of media with it. Okay, that's really important. So I hope this is helpful. This diagram is available for you along with the training here, and that's it. Good luck on the test. Thanks.